A South Georgia man who has spent the past 20 years in prison was allowed to leave jail this afternoon on orders of a Glenn County judge. His family was thrilled.
Woo! Over and out.
Dennis Perry was convicted in 2003 in the double murders of Deacon Harold Swain and his wife Thelma in 1985. Just last week, the judge overturned Perry's conviction. News for Jax reporter Zach Lajway has been following this case closely for several months. Zach, you attended the hearing in Brunswick and then traveled to the Coffee County lockup where Dennis was released.
Yes, and we're standing outside the correctional facility right now. He was released from Coffee Correctional just before 3 o'clock this afternoon. And as you might imagine, today was a very emotional day for him and his family. This was the moment Dennis Perry was released from prison. News for Jax was there when he got to hug his family as a free man for the first time in more than 20 years. We were also with the family outside the courthouse in Brunswick when the judge ordered Dennis Perry to be released on his own recognizance. There are a few conditions. He is to have no contact with victims or witnesses in the case. He is to avoid the Rising Daughter Church where the murders happened and the portion of Dover Bluff Road between Highway 17 and Interstate 95. He is not allowed to own or operate firearms or ammunition. Perry's attorneys with Georgia Innocence Project in King and Spalding issued the following statement, in part, quote, "We are thrilled to welcome Dennis Perry home to his family after 20 years spent wrongfully in prison for crimes he did not commit. It does not escape our attention, however, that Dennis is not yet truly free despite compelling evidence of innocence on top of clear constitutional violations. We hope that the Brunswick Judicial Circuit District Attorney's Office expeditiously decides to demonstrate accountability and do the right thing. We hope that Dennis Perry's nightmare will soon be over and that everyone impacted by this tragic and unjust case can begin the process of healing and recovery." End of quote. Perry has been behind bars since 2000. He was convicted in 2003 of killing Deacon Harold Swain and his wife Thelma inside the Rising Daughter Baptist Church in Waverly, Georgia in 1985. In April of this year, GIP filed an extraordinary motion for new trial based on new DNA evidence in the case. In March, a GIP investigator obtained a voluntary hair sample from a woman by the name of Gladys Spar, the mother of Eric Spar, a man once a suspect in the case. A lab tested the DNA of Gladys Spar's hair sample to that of 3 hairs found on a pair of glasses at the crime scene. The DNA was a match. The glasses are believed to have belonged to the killer. Gladys Spar was found dead inside her Waynesville, Georgia home over the weekend. The GBI is investigating her death. They're also continuing to investigate the murders of the Swains. I reached out to the GBI today for any updates. They said there are no updates in either case at this time. We should mention Eric Spar maintains his innocence. I reached out to the Swain family as well. They said they would call me back. I have yet to hear back from them. Coming up at 6, we're going to hear from Dennis Perry himself. We're also going to hear from more members of his family. Reporting live in Coffee County, I'm Zach Lajway, Channel 4, the local station.